Good morning, traders. Welcome to StockCast. My name is Todd Derby, along with my co-host, James Mason. Good morning, James. How are you doing today?
Todd, good morning. I'm doing well. How are you?
Good. How was your weekend? You have a good weekend?
It was all right. I just do my thing.
Doing your thing. So I was doing some tent business this weekend. I had some young guys working for me, and we were talking about the whole gaming industry. And like, one of my business partners plays GTA, and one of my kids is like an expert at Rocket League, which is a game, and he's hoping to get a college scholarship for it. And we're just talking about the whole streaming of money and from YouTube and this and that. And I was like, yeah, my partner's been saying that all along, that you can make a shitload of money streaming your fake life on these games.
Mm-hmm. And I'm building my own city for it, platform, whatever. No, I really am. Like,
I know you are. It's funny. It's just,
I'm in the 3D modeling stage right now, which is, it's kind of in the beginning stage, but at the same time, it's one of the most important stages of, modeling modeling your environment and whatnot. But yeah, like, it's mega freaking money, and people just don't understand this. Like, I've said it so many times on here before, and of course, like, I even had haters try to use it against me, and I'm just like, you guys are just damn idiots. Like, this is why you don't know how to make money in life. Absolutely why you don't know how to make money in life, and you're in the situation that you're in because you're just not a creative thinker at all. And that's the truth. And like, when I keep saying that people are sleeping on this whole gaming streaming industry, man, they just don't realize it. They don't realize that this is the beginning phase before the masses start to jump on it, which means it's the perfect damn time to jump in it and get known.
Do you think there's a market for gaming Centipede and Dig Dug?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Damn. I got some record numbers in those two games.
Hey, Dig Dug is pretty fun. The Centipede just kind of one of those. I mean, it's been ripped off so many times in different ways. But I like Dig Dug. Dig Dug is always cool.
Seriously, I've got some serious numbers on Dig Dug.
But the correlation between what we're talking about, like gaming wise, like personally, and the show is that these gaming stocks, like, I don't know when. I mean, I obviously can't tell you when, but like, these gaming stocks will benefit from this industry as well. And that's one of the reasons why we're talking about it on this show. I mean, this show obviously is about stocks, but at the same time, it is about business and just things like that.
Yeah, and I this wasn't a planned talk. I just, part of my good morning, I want to share that with you. So let's talk about what we want to talk about: the Great Melt Up.
It's crazy. It's really crazy.
So when I find a couple thoughts here, I'll share, then let you comment. I think it was 2 articles in the news and then multiple social media outlets talking about how, hey, in the past, the GDP numbers have always been 2 quarters in a row indicate we're in a recession. And now they're like, want to hit the reset button and be like, no, that doesn't count anymore. We want to look at other stuff. Mm-hmm. And so the message now is like, yeah, that's what we used in the past, but GDP numbers are late. They're lagging numbers. They could be as late as 6 months behind what's really going on. So we're really not in recession. And what I do is I grab my wallet, make sure it's still there, check it in my back pocket, and I say, follow the money, because they're trying to sell us a bill of goods right now that doesn't make sense. And I think you just have to be aware that there's something going on. I don't know what it is. I can't put my finger on it, but you got to be careful.
Yeah. I mean, we had 2 75-point basis increase that happened over the last 2 FOMCs. Let's see what else we've had. Inflation numbers that have been higher than calculated, that they anticipated. Good Lord. Like, I can't think of everything off the top of my head, but there's so many. I think there's at least like 5 different extremely bearish fundamental indicators that are just like sitting on top of the market that literally should just be just dragging it down, and we're having this weird melt up. And I don't know. I personally feel like it's just a complete trap, but like, why? Like when we have all this stuff that's taking place, like why is it going up, and who is pushing it up? That's the question. Like, who is actually pushing it up? It's not retail, because there's so much money going into it. So where's the money coming from overall? The money's not even flowing through the wells that I'm tracking. And that's what I do find extremely odd, because if people knew how I was tracking these wells, everybody would be like, have a WTF moment of how is that getting past anything? And the thing is, it's not, unless if all of this shit is just going through dark pools. And I know someone, will probably hear this and be like, oh, well, you can get the dark pool data. And I'm not trying to be a jerk, but no, you can't. You ain't going to get dark pool data, regardless of what all these data providers or little companies out here are saying that they have. They don't have dark pool data. Let's be honest. Goldman Sachs didn't invest over $1 billion into their dark pool to sell it to retail traders for a couple $100 a month.
Correct.
So you're not getting access to anybody's dark pool data. Like, that's why they spend billions of dollars to build those infrastructures and to maintain them, is to keep you from finding out and not to sell you data in the end. So, I mean, if all of these trades are being executed through dark pools, it still doesn't explain why the market's pushing up. But if they are buying, why? Like, were they buying just for that pop and to drop it then, or what? Are they executing contracts that they had sitting somewhere? I don't know. It's super weird.
I'm going to throw this guess out there and say that I think political moments in our calendar year, election times, that they would like to see a positive market versus a overly negative market.
Mm-hmm.
So we're coming into primary time, and then obviously the first Tuesday in November is election time. So there could be a push, but are they pushing right now for the August primaries and then going to let it drop back down again and then try to push again for November? I don't know, but I'm just throwing that on the chalkboard as a possibility that could be stuff going on there.
Yeah. I mean, there's no telling. It's just, it doesn't make sense at all. But I don't know. We're gonna see. But right now, the SPY is taking a little tick down, and apparently it's over the news of our Queen Nancy Pelosi going to be landing in Taiwan Tuesday night. So
what? Why is she going to Taiwan?
I'll be honest, I haven't even looked into it. I'm not sure, but it's going to be interesting. What if they just capture her? The market will lose its mind.
Well, and rightfully so. I mean, and then what was that? Let me see. I'm gonna put this on the screen. S. John shared this early on his news that he always does. China warned today that its military won't sit idly by if House Speaker Nancy Pelosi visits Taiwan. What the F does that mean? Isn't that a threat?
Probably just saber rattling. It would be a horrible mistake for China to let their military to intervene. It would not sit well at all. Especially if like something bad happened. If something bad happened, man, our put contracts are gonna pay out for sure. That is.
And you heard it here first.
Yes.
If she gets captured, load up.
Like, well, it's the people who have puts before she gets captured. Good Lord. Man, you're going to be so rich. Oh, man.
For her sake and our sake, I hope she doesn't get captured. I hope there doesn't put us into a weird situation with China. But I just find that odd that they would publicly put those words out there and threaten the United States or Pelosi and wherever she's doing there. So it's on watch. It's on watch.
No way will we just stand by idle and have our woman captured. We will send in SEAL Team 6 to rescue her.
Absolutely.
And then we'll make a movie about it.
Yep. They will take the SEAL Team 6 off the WNBA player in Russia and move that group over to
yeah. All right. Jordan Garcia, thank you for the tip, sir. That's exactly true. F around and find out why our health care ain't free. If you guys know anything about government spending across multiple governments, a lot of them do provide free but crappy healthcare at the expense of their militaries. And, well, hey, we're the United States. Okay. All right. So let me just share a chart real quick. All right. So as we can see, this is what the SPY is currently doing. I mean, we're only down $2.56. I do expect a little bounce here at the bell, but overall today, I mean, with this setup at least, I do expect it to just completely bleed off. Which I never expected it to begin with to even melt up this much. So if we do bleed off, a key point that I'm looking at right here will be around this. It's an exact number. I'm just eyeballing it. But the key range that I'll be looking at will be, what is it going to do around 406.75? I mean, just based off this current setup, I think, and this is me just completely just guesstimating right here, probably come out, have a little bullish bounce, and then sometime throughout the day, just bleed down to around 406.75. Probably screw around right there and then go in tomorrow. But really, once it commits, I think we'll probably like bounce off that range. But probably the second time it comes down, and this is not financial advice, guys. This is just me speculating on shit I can't even see right now. Shit that hasn't even happened. But probably the second time it tests this 406.75 range and breaks through it, that's what I'm going to be really paying attention to see if it unloads underneath that. If we do break under that range and it actually holds under there, probably could see a quick drop down to around that 403 range. And then who knows from that point. Or on Tuesday, we could just have some bad shit happen with Nancy Pelosi and we skip all of these numbers and go below 390. I'm not even joking about that.
No, because that'll happen overnight, and then the markets will open with that news, and so it will be a gap down.
Yeah. So right now for me, I'm still just overall watching SPY and just the market in general, just because so many things don't make sense, and really I'm just following the trend. Well, I'm not even following the trend of the market. Because I'm in puts right now, and obviously I'm going off of puts because of the wells, but me watching just this overall trend to kind of get a guesstimation on seeing when this breakdown is going to happen. That's all I'm doing right now. Let me take a look at the VIX real quick. All right, so just looking at the VIX on the daily chart. Once we have this MACD roll over on the daily chart to green, this thing will probably, in my opinion, will be back above that middle Bollinger Band line, and then VIX will probably be turned over pretty well at that point. Anything can happen throughout the day to trigger the VIX and make it shoot up or go down. So we could literally roll over today, or this thing just keep dropping. If you don't know about the VIX just measures overall volatility in the options market between all the contracts and their prices. So as for stocks, that's pretty much it. Pre-market, a lot of shit still just has a lot of low volume. I mean, we have GOVX. They traded 21.3 million shares this morning, but I didn't. It's not a position for me to. Well, there's not a position for me to take in this. I obviously missed this one. This is also not.
I've been watching GVX, and it hasn't traded cleanly. It was and the only way, in my opinion, it's going to run up right now is if the shorts get squeezed again. I think it's made its run, so I think it's too much of a risk to try to go long on it, and it's too much of a risk to go short on it too, because it could go the other way hard, and so you're really gambling. I believe. Yeah,
that's honestly pretty much how I feel about it. Like I know I missed the bullish run, but to the short side, I'm skeptical. I mean, there is only 12.5 million shares outstanding, but you don't want to get caught in a short squeeze on something that has 12.5 million shares. It will reverse against you so quick. So yeah,
take a look at Tough Built real quick. TBLT.
All right,
I've got my eyes on that one. It's had a little push. I'm looking for a break over 9, and I think this has got a potential to make a run at that point.
See, this one, I haven't even looked at the news or. Hold on a second. Let me see at least the share structure. Damn, they only have 2.1 million shares outstanding.
I don't know if that's accurate.
Yeah,
It doesn't trade that thin.
Let's see. I mean, they did a split back in April of 1 for 150. So that might be accurate. I don't know. Regardless, like, I mean, you got to think about it. How many catalysts is something like Tough Built going to have? None. No one gives a shit about their newest tractor. Just saying. That's why something like this I really can't get behind anything bullish on it. But to me, it just looks like a double top, which I hate talking about patterns because I don't feel like explaining it.
Well, the big news has been they added products to Amazon, which is probably a really good, smart move. And then they just signed a big deal with Ace Hardware. So they have a new platform or some additional avenues to get their product out into the marketplace. So
how many times have you went to Ace Hardware in the last year?
Me?
Yeah.
That's my go-to place.
Okay, how many times in the last year?
I bet you 20 times.
Okay.
Like, I don't know. I go to Ace. If I need something quick, easy, simple, I go to Ace. I'd rather go in there than at Home Depot or Lowe's.
Okay. When you're in there, how many people do you see?
3 to 5 people at a small community store. But I mean, like
that's pretty much, like, I haven't been to Ace in a while, but like anytime I've ever been into it, it's always been kind of like that. Obviously the people going in there like that are usually not their sales. It's usually local farmers who are placing those orders in advance and going up there and picking up shit. But really, like, there's just only so much of a somewhat catalyst, if you want to call it that, for something like this to even move.
Yeah. So it's on my watch. I'm not trading it, but I am watching it.
Alrighty. Well, so that's
And
pretty much
we're
what's
about
that? Todd?
we're about 7 minutes to the start of the market too.
All right. So that's pretty much just kind of like what we're kind of eyeballing today. It is the beginning of the week. I thought last week was going to be like the big show. Obviously it wasn't. And I don't know. We'll see what kind of confusion the market decides to have this week. It'll be interesting. So with that being said, guys, we appreciate y'all tuning in today. Again, like we're at a weird place in the market, and I personally feel like it's about to get extremely volatile, more volatile than you've seen in the last few months. So, all right, Todd. That's all I have to say. Do you have anything else?
No, it's good. Have a good week. Happy August. Here we are, August 1. Maybe maybe the summer doldrums are done and we can move into some small cap catalyst news. POAI. And maybe something good happens.
I know. I've been waiting on that damn thing forever. But all right, guys, we appreciate y'all tuning in, and we will catch y'all in the next one.